All right, it's 7:01. I'm going to call the regular meeting of the Board of Selectmen's quarters. First item of business is the pledge of allegiance. Selectman Baker, would you like to lead?
With allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I do not remember that.
We did, but I think I was on the end.
Already had comments about that.
Okay.
Okay, first item of business is the approval of meeting minutes. They're in your packet. Are there any corrections to the minutes as presented?
Yes.
Okay.
Page 9. Under my report. The last paragraph. In the audience brought up the issues of power washing the building, and then something was left out, which should be in there, that we're concerned about the connectivity of the fire hydrants to the new water line that's going through, and if that would have any effect on the cost of the residents. And that needs to be corrected.
Isn't that in there?
No, I don't know what that's.
Say that again.
After here, shows which goes through the fire hydrants increase the cost of the resident. The washing doesn't go through the fire hydrant.
Oh, right.
So the concern was with the connectivity of the fire hydrants to the water line.
It's the water, brought up the water line.
Right.
I should say, okay. I see.
So something was.
Any other corrections?
Move to approve the August 17th, 2023 Board of Selectmen regular meeting minutes as amended.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion or further corrections? Seeing none? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, we're on public participation. This is one of two opportunities for members of the public to address the Board of Selectmen. We'll start first with anybody who's here in the room, and then we'll turn to anybody who's with us online. Is there anybody here who would like to address the members of the Board of Selectmen? Is there anyone online who would like to address the members of the Board of Selectmen? Okay, I'll move right along. Put my packet apart, which is never a good thing, so I'm now out of order, but in there somewhere, it was a proclamation commemorating September as Suicide Prevention Month. I just wanted you guys to be aware of that declaration. I would ask that we table agenda item B1 through 5 until later in the agenda.
Move to table agenda item B 1 through 5 so later in the meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? New appointments. Richard Tuller is a member of the Conservation Commission as a regular member for a term expiring May 1st, 2024. Thank you for stepping forward.
Make a motion to appoint Richard Tuller, unaffiliated commission, Conservation Commission regular member for a term expiring May 1, 2024.
There's a second.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion?
Yeah, I'd just like to say that it's great. I know Richard's been attending a lot of different meetings and it's great that he's getting involved.
Welcome.
And I also have noticed that he's attended a lot of meetings, he's been at the commission meetings, he's been at our meetings. And I was hoping this was him, and I tried to get a picture of him on Facebook, and it's just too many Richard. But I did my research, and thank you, I think with his background as auditor and the department that he worked with for the government, we should have something very awful. So again, thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Welcome. Thank you. Next, I'd like to invite the members of the Broadwood Fire Department and the Town of East Windsor Broadwood Fire Commission to come up. They did an RFP. I'll let them kind of tell us what we're looking at and what their recommendations are, but I think most of us are familiar with it. Gentlemen, good evening.
Hi, good evening. Jay Madigan, 30 Graham Road. Commissioner, Fire Commissioner. I'm gonna turn this over to Nick Excited, Deputy Commissioner, and to discuss, or answer any questions for you. And with us also is Assistant Chief Joe Bancroft from the Crawford Fire.
So first of all, are there any questions before we begin?
No, not so far.
Okay, so as you all know, the building is a little bit older than the use that it's receiving. It's out of code for a number of reasons, ADA compliance, NFPA standards. And I don't know if any of you are familiar with cancer and the rates of cancer amongst firefighters, but that building is ill-suited for that, not to mention that we do run a hybrid combination fire department, which relies on volunteerism, and it's not exactly built for the best of volunteerism. Things like day rooms, things like bunk rooms, all of those things are missing from the plan, if you will. So to do this the right way and to present an unbiased approach towards it, the thing to do is to have an architect come in and do a feasibility study. So that was what the RFP was for. We got 3 responses, and the response that we found most suitable to us, let me make sure I get the right one here, Barry. It's this one. Yeah, this proposal here by H2M. Not only is this proposal, in our opinion, as we looked at it, the most well-prepared proposal, it also comes with, I'm kind of chuckling, I'm remembering that movie, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? It has bona fide people on it, right? These are people that do write the NFPA code, sit on the committees for the NFPA code that are part of this firm. We also got references from Thompsonville Fire Department, a couple others. They said they were not only excellent to deal with, they actually helped in the participation of the public, participation under people understanding what they were doing. So our recommendation is to go with that proposal, and that's what we're looking for support for here.
Thank you. And Assistant Chief, anything to add?
No, just maybe piggyback on what Nick said is. The firehouse as it sits now, we do, if you ever driven by there, we do have equipment still sitting outside. Equipment's getting more and more expensive. It really needs to be inside. It really needs to be climate controlled and out of the elements. As well as Nick touched on with us being a combination now with some part-time staff, even for the volunteers and the cancer. We don't have any showers there. There's no gender equality areas for the women, and we have a lot of women firefighters now. So the building it's 43 years old, and it's outgrown us. I'm not saying that it can't be used, because we know that there's going to be a movement, you know, in the near future with the seniors. But you know, this study will help tell us, can we do something with this building, or should we be looking at a building that's going to suit us for the next 75 to 100 years? Because this building is, in our opinion, starting to really show its wear and tear.
And it's important to point out the way that we wrote the RFP was the assessment will look at the existing plant. What is the gap analysis between what is suitable, where are there shortfalls, and then the architects will make recommendations based on all of the course of actions that are available to us so that we can best choose what's the best feasible option for the town.
I'll just say that I was at the fire commission meeting where you guys looked at all 3 of these. I thought that you asked some good questions about each of them, and I think you made a good recommendation in H2M. It seemed like the obvious choice, I think, quite honestly. Yeah.
And financially, it's within our budget numbers.
And you know, speaking more globally, taking a more proactive approach to planning is going to serve us well, and we're seeing that implemented across the board here. So you guys are right in line with where we ought to be.
Yeah. So there's hopefully tonight you guys can sign a contract for this or discuss it anyways, get signed so you can move forward with it. The pricing is good for maybe another 45, 50 days. Roughly. So
now
we're at,
you have 90 days or you use 30.
so we're up to 60.
Yeah.
down to
Well, a little
60.
less because now you're
Yeah.
into 6 days into a month, so.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so in reviewing the 3 packages. This package. Is higher than one, lower than another, which I don't really care about that, but what I care about is. What are the hidden costs that this company hasn't put in there? They have flat fees for everything, but the other 2 companies had mileage, $1,000 for out of state if they have to bring somebody in, and they have you've seen them, so they have an array of extra charges. Here, there's no extra charges, but they got a billing monthly based on the work that's completed.
Correct.
Um,
That's kind of why we like them, is it's not a hidden cost setup. It's almost like a fixed firm price versus a time and material. So it's a better setup and it's better construct for our budgetary needs.
so if they have to bring somebody in, say they need to have a soil analysis come in for a site that they might look at in town where they might want to consider building on, is that included in that $6,500?
Well, to be honest, I don't know that we consider a soil analysis as part of a feasibility study
Yeah,
to that level of the weeds. I mean, if they went to that, then we would have to look at an additional cost for that if it wasn't included. What they're gonna do is they're gonna look at the existing structure, they're gonna look at all the codes, they're gonna tell us where the gap is, what needs to be done to either remediate the building, either tear it down, rebuild, or look at alternative sites. In the consideration of other sites, I'm sure they would look at the towns, you know, we have a public works department, they work with the public works department to figure out what the suitability is for those. If it had to overrun on that, then we would work with the architectural firm and not allow them to overrun without telling us for further approval.
and they probably list,
I mean, they honestly have the most robust staff out of all three firms as well. So we don't anticipate that they're gonna need to call external experts. They have the team that they need in place, which is something we thought was a little better than particularly the low bidder.
well, and with, I think with both the low and the high bidder, they were doing those add-on costs.
Correct. Yeah.
One of the pages that jumps out at me is the station assessments in the H2M1, and it's page 6, and they are clearly proficient in doing specifically what you asked.
It should be noted, Jerry and I have been to national, what's the name of the conference?
There's a fire station design conference.
Fire station, right, and because we were like, okay, we know we're in the early stage of this. This is the best practice right here to do for any new building, like you're saying, Jason, getting ahead of it to understand what is it that's necessary, not just the physical part of it. There's also a socioeconomic part of it, there's a financial part of it, and then there's public goodwill part of it, and they're gonna help with all of that to outline what needs to be done.
Yeah, it's like if you're doing a strategic plan for a community or for a business, it's laying out all of those different components and how they kind of interlock together.
Yep. And they're subject matter experts so that they can answer those sorts of questions.
And then the next question. Who's the money going from?
The money's in our budget, it's already,
Oh, it's already.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, it's money in our budget,
Right on.
yeah, but which is kind of to,
They're here because we need to authorize the signing of the RFP.
Yeah.
Other than that, they've been managing this already for 4 or 6 months.
yeah, and to be fair, that is something long-term that we should look at outside of this as part of the ordinance, because it's already been through the wickets. We have an agency to do that, that's what the commission is for. So it's almost, I think there was an omission in the ordinance. That's what Jason and I discussed. Most.
Other questions or comments? Charlie?
No.
Looks like he does.
I know, that's why.
No, I just. But no, everything seems.
Good. Anything new?
No, just thank you very much for planning ahead and for budgeting for it and doing your due diligence, and it's something that needs to happen, so it's good that we're starting the process.
Al, any questions or comments?
No, I would just say that it's great that we're getting ahead of this, and I'm looking forward to see what they say. It's interesting whether they'll say reuse that building or something else needs to be done, or like, I'm looking forward to hearing.
I'll add on, one of the things that we're gonna have them also consider is multi-use and other things that extend beyond just the fire service. Things like an emergency, an emergency operations center as a for instance. So they'll look full scope, not just at the Broadbrook Fire District. They're gonna look whole of town, other agencies that support the fire department and fire service and emergency preparedness. So it's a comprehensive study.
I think taking that broader view is nice to see, and that's why we smart.
What is the time frame for this
5 months, I believe,
Yeah, I think that,
for this one.
5 months, okay.
yeah, I was surprised at how short. I think that's a great turnaround time. I think you can do the work and it's not like, 2 years from now.
It's a 5-month process for them. It'll probably be a 5-year process to even, it's gonna be longer than that long term, but that
Right.
gets us
But
started.
this gets us started.
Thank you, fellows, much appreciated. You're welcome. Can I, if there's no other questions or comments, can I have a motion to authorize my signature on the RFP presented by the commissioners?
I'll make that motion. That will authorize the first workman to sign the RFP for the fire department for the strategic assessment of the fire department.
Is there a second? Second. Made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Thank you
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Tower Hopper, you're up. Discussion of vehicle disposal request. Good evening, people. Good evening. How are you?
I am good. I am here. And I haven't been here in a while, so I guess that's a good thing. For you all, not for me. Vehicle disposal, so we were fortunate enough to get two 2007. 17, 18s, it's, the title of the bill of sales is they're 18, so we'll call them 18s. To dispose of. We've currently got one of them, all the decals off. And we're working on the other one. The last time we sold them, same condition, there's no back seats, all the police hardware still in there, the cages and all that. We sold them for $3,000, which we sold them all in about 3 hours. So maybe I'm getting a little greedy, but I want to list these out there for 4,500. And then worst case, if I don't sell them, I'll come back to you guys next month, but I've been trolling the market heavily and I think we'll be good to get that, and it will help us because we're in a situation this weekend where we've got some staff going away and we really don't have a decent car to give them other than moving cars around. So,
How many miles are on the two we're gonna get rid of?
roughly 100 and I want to tell you, I think one's got 120 and the other one might be by 117. But it's
Hours,
that
do you know how many hours?
well into the 4,000 engine hours. Well, they've been around for a while. So that's what I'm proposing, probably sometime. Probably about 2 weeks away before they're actually. Because I'm afraid if I'm not ready, the last time we got bombarded, I did not have the right paperwork, so. By the time we get the stickers off them and believe it or not, I'm waiting for a rainy day.
I'll have a few of them coming out.
So we'll be able to get the decals off. We won't be out doing other stuff.
I think it's a great idea to increase the price of expensive dollars of these vehicles have gone up. And when you look at the amount of mileage over a 5-year period, not really that much higher than what if I was driving it would be. And it's not 90 miles an hour driving on the vehicle, so.
And these are in a lot better shape than the last bunch. They haven't been sitting around as much. And the bodies, I mean, they look good. They've cleaned. The one we've got, the decals off and cleaned up really, really nice.
Do we need to get rid of them?
Yes. They're costly. And I will kill my sales pitch to people buying them, so yes. They're not feasible, seniors can't get in and out of them, the cars are very hard to get in and out.
What's the make and model?
They're Ford Interceptors, they're
Yeah.
like the blue one, but white. They're very difficult to get in and out of. Once you get in it, it's fine, but it's like a cockpit. So they're not really conducive for what we need that point.
Any other questions? Charlie?
Nope. I gave my best car to the Warehouse Point Fire Department, so.
Yes, you did.
I share.
It's a good time to be in the used car business.
So is there a motion to approve the sale of the two Ford Interceptors?
I'll move to approve the two Ford Interceptor vehicles at the price of $4,500
Second.
each.
Oh, yeah.
Now, this is first come, first serve, or will you
Yes.
take multiple bids and go up?
Nope.
First come, first serve.
Our policy, we'll put it out there and, like I said, we put it on Facebook and by the end of the day, we had all of them. And it's not, I'll be down later, it's if you want it, you have to show up. Okay, we don't mess around because we're not checking, no, we don't, yeah. Bank check or cash.
Motion has been made. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Mr. Sauerhoff.
Me again.
BJ.
Yes, ma'am.
Jason, Peg, was it 4,500 for both of them or each?
Each.
Thank you.
Thanks, Peg.
She just wanted to make sure that was out there.
So we have a proposed update to our bulk item fee schedule. This is for the actual drop off at the town garage for the curbside pickup.
For both.
Oh, it is.
The curbside pickup will still be the $50 minimum.
Yeah.
Plus the items. So our program here to take some bulky items for people has blossomed. I mean, people call all the time and 90% of the time people bring them to us. We don't have to pick it up. So it hasn't put that much of a burden on the staff other than weekly, it seems we're dumping the dumpster. But our prices are way too inexpensive. Last week, the lady came in with a cube van full of stuff and we charged her $80 and she filled my dumpster.
I told you.
Yeah. So,
Brought
You know,
back to tape.
so that's why, a couch is a couch. Well, is a sectional a couch? Or is it a couch? Or is it a sectional? I mean, so we want to make it still somewhat, but it can't cost the budget money, and we can't budget money for it, so we've decided to tweak up the prices and then see where we're going. I mean, believe me, we get our money's worth because we will take the backhoe or the loader and we crush it, we fill the dumpster and but we need to bring the prices up.
Is it a 5-item maximum per visit, per person, per day?
It's usually if they bring 5 items, they're not coming back. So.
I think it should be clarified.
Yeah.
Per household per day.
I think it should be clarified.
You guys check IDs.
Yeah, oh yeah, we
So
we have somebody that's very diligent.
Per address. Well, why?
Well, ID
why would
sometimes
we
don't have
care
the
if they
address, my
Only
parents
did
died.
one trip. I mean, they're paying for what they're dropping off. They want to drop off 30 things and take 6 trips. I mean,
I just think it's unclear as to the 5 items of what, per person, per time, per day, per household, just kind of very vague as to what that means.
I think that's quite well taken.
Well, we can change it. Now's the time, especially if we're changing the price, we can just,
but so back to the woman that had the box truck and
Yeah.
30 items in there, maybe.
well, it wasn't. It
Let's
was
just say,
big
let's
stuff.
say it was 30 items,
Right.
and the person paid for all those items to be dropped off. What's the difference? If they dropped off 5 or 30, they paid for them all, right? I mean, currently, we're just taking
But
$80 some for everything.
So if they're bringing their living room furniture that they're getting rid of, sectionals, they're 3 feet, some of them are 3, some of them have the ottomans, I mean. Then they're bringing the dining room hutch. And the 2 lazy boys they had in the room, well, that's 6, what do I say, take half the sectional back?
No, what I'm saying is, like, you're just looking to fill the point.
Well, I mean,
I don't think there needs to be a maximum. If you're charging per item,
Yeah.
it's up to whatever they want to drop off, and they're willing to pay for it, then that's right. Unless I mean, if it fills a dumpster, well, then you just need another dumpster, right? 4 dumpsters.
space isn't a problem, or Jason's been by there, the dumpster's full of stuff sitting in front of the dumpster. And then we pick it up,
To be clear, it's not my stuff.
no, it's not Jason's.
I mean, I'd rather people dispose of it this way than dispose of it on the side of the road or something. We say 5 and they have 7 things, what are they gonna, you know, I.
Well, we end up picking it up on East Road or
Right,
North Water Street.
Are you saying strike the 5-item maximum?
Yeah.
yeah, I think we should.
I mean, unless there's a logistical reason,
No,
if you wanna make it
I-
30.
I'm not quite sure why there's a,
I think the 5-item maximum had to do with the items that were picked up, didn't it? That's my recollection from the
I've got-
conversation, is that it had to do with the items we were picking up.
Right,
I
remember that conversation was,
First guys into a moving.
right, somebody dropped the whole house outside on the lawn and
so we could, I guess we could clarify that.
I just take it, and I was just specifically talking about
Picked
that.
up,
If you're dropping it off, fine. If it's a pickup, then whatever max is comfortable for your crew, you know?
Well, the
Well-
fee is $50 to pick it up, but then the 5 items, depending on what they are.
but then they pay on top of the items.
But I think there, the point is that it's our guys who are actually picking it up, and,
Right,
you know, that makes sense to me to have an item limit.
Yeah, we don't want them at it all day when they should be
right.
whatever they do it all day.
So we'll go $50,
I didn't want to specify
5
an
items.
item.
And take
Pay
5
rate.
max up here off.
Okay, so we'll get rid of the 5 max.
On the top, but not the second.
Not on the second part.
Okay, yeah. Got it. Check.
Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns about the recommended change in fee?
Now, we're still doing a bulk drop off day at
September 30th.
Yes,
7:30.
as long as it stays in the budget.
Is it September 30th?
And we don't just go to this for you.
But we are working on our budget now because it's due in December.
You're gonna do a hazardous, putting a hazardous waste in there this year?
We are, like we did last year,
Yeah,
but it got cut.
like, so we need it. Right.
I'll put whatever you guys want in there.
2% is 2%.
Yeah.
Any other questions, or comments on the draft, on the revisions to the policy?
Not for me.
Is there a motion to accept the amendments?
Make a motion to accept the change the proposed price changes for the public works item drop off and pickup.
Second,
And to, friendly amendment and to, drop the 5 item maximum on the top of it.
On the drop off.
Friendly amendment accepted.
second,
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you very much.
Is that it for you? 2-0?
Unless you have something else, please not.
Do you need this or no?
No. I can go to change it.
Okay, I asked that we hold on the reappointments of the members of the BMX committee, because their constitution has, or their commission has expired, so we need to reestablish the commission before we can reappoint the members. Any questions or comments on that?
How long is their,
18 months.
that's their appointment?
Yep.
But how long are we establishing the committee?
We can only do it for a maximum of 18 months.
Okay.
This is not the only one of these committees that we're gonna have to take a look at.
I would make a motion that we reestablish the BMX committee.
second,
And for clarity, that's for a term of 18 months.
For a term expiring March 16, 2025.
Motion has been made, it's been seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
aye,
Opposed? So carried. Now I'd ask that we take up agenda items 7B1 through 5, which is the appointment of those members. Reappointment of those members, they're all existing.
I'll move to reappoint Brenda Crockett, David Crockett, Rebecca Crockett, Lori Gabriel, and Laura Harney the BMX committee as regular members for a term expiring in March 16th, 2025.
Second,
The motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion?
Yeah, just go for it. Have these people all accepted that you're interested in doing now? Did we give anybody else an opportunity to know that it's coming back up for a vote? Only because I know there's somebody that quite heavily involved in the BMX and I would hate for that individual not to have been made aware that that would be noticed prior years here at every function. I don't know if she's just.
Not eligible.
Not eligible. Okay, yeah, I forgot, okay.
Is that something that we should have established and reestablishing the committee as to how many members?
Well, my understanding of what the intention of the motion was to establish reestablish the committee under its existing charge. If you want to expand the membership, we can do that. If you want to change their charge, we can do that, but I was thinking that we're simply just extending.
Yeah, I think their membership actually already is set for 9. From previous.
On the website. But, that could still be true.
well, if they wanted to expand it, we can certainly come back at it and do it.
Which one, yeah, they are. I don't have to look at my phone.
18 months ago. March 20. We may have done this way. So in the interest of time, if you'd like, we can table this until the next meeting, and I can actually find the motion. I'm not gonna spend, I'd have to go through all kinds of minutes in order to find it out.
But would the establishment of the committee be part of the, function in the, role that we set forth for them? Wouldn't that be one page attached to something?
Yeah, it's attached to the minutes.
It is, okay, then never mind. They could always come back and ask for a change.
Yeah,
I just go forward the way it is.
I would just do it the way it is. If they want to change, we can go back at it.
So is that what you want to do? You want to move forward, or you want me to find?
Yeah,
it?
because
Looking at
They're gonna-
minutes
they're
from
gonna lower.
2016, and they had 6 members on the committee at that point in time, so I'm thinking it, whatever the charge was, it was more than 5.
Yeah, I believe it was the month.
We appointed Laura Harney June 21st, 2022. So we reestablished the committee at a previous meeting, and then I found minutes from
Too far forward.
June 21st, 2022, where we made her a member. So we added a member after the meeting when we.
Yep, that is all. I'm not finding it. So what do you want to do? Do you want to do, just move it forward as is? or do you
Yeah,
want to
because
change it?
I feel that it's already set to a higher number, so.
So is that a motion, Charlie?
Well, we already made the motion.
Oh, right, it's been made and seconded on the membership. Yes, thank you. Any further discussion on the reappointment of the members? All in favor? Opposed? Okay, we're on to tax refunds.
I'll move to approve the tax refunds totaling $896.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Very good. Selectmen's reports. Between August 22nd and August 24th, I attended training for expanding incident management at the Connecticut Fire Academy. Chief Carl and Detective Roberts also took the training, which was administered by agents of the Federal Emergency Management Agency and addressed best practices for multi-jurisdictional emergency organization and command team structure. Of course, it was an intense deep dive over 3 days, but very beneficial. And since he's here, I'll tell you, Chief Carl beat me by 2 points on the final exam. 2 points. On August 28th, I joined the members of the Board of Selectmen, the Board of Education, the Board of Finance, and Capital Improvement Committee, as well as relevant town staff to tour the Broadbrook Elementary School ahead of the first day of school. This is part of an ongoing conversation around facility master planning. We just heard a little bit about that from the fire department as well. And that master planning conversation affects all of the buildings in the district to make sure that the decision makers have a clear understanding of what the needs and opportunities of our schools are. Tour was a nice complement to the work already in process around planning needs. There was a lot of work over the last few weeks pertaining to the issue of solar projects. On August 21st, I met with concerned residents about pending application before the Connecticut Siting Council. Purpose of that initial meeting with residents was to incorporate their concerns into the town's interrogatory submissions so that the applicant would be compelled to address the concerns of our residents. That evidentiary hearing on that application was this afternoon, and I'm going to link to my written testimony. On August 30th, I participated in the Connecticut Conference of Municipalities Energy and Environment Policy Subcommittee to impress upon other municipal leaders the importance of having local jurisdiction apply to the siting of large-scale renewable energy projects, a role towns and cities currently do not have. Last night, Melissa Maltesi and I attended a graduate class in the Master of Public Administration program at Westfield State University. We'll talk about another collaborative project between the town and the university. You guys will remember that we've done 2 of these already. One having to do with customer service improvements in our building department and our planning department. The other having to do with best ways of communicating economic development opportunities and programs offered by the town. This relationship is a good opportunity to continue collaboratively working together on projects that satisfy the students' academic needs and also are allowing us to move forward administratively. Coming up this Saturday, the town will welcome the relocation of Giroux Woodworking, a popular local business that's moving in a new space in Pasco's Common. The ribbon cutting for their new location will be at 10:30 a.m. Join me in offering our congratulations and best wishes to them. Next, well, whatever the 18th is, a week from Tuesday, the Greater Together Community Fund will conclude their solicitation of applications for qualifying projects for their next grant round. These grants are competitive and can be up to $5,000 per application for projects that benefit the residents of our community. East Windsor-based nonprofits are invited to participate and submit applications. This is a continued collaboration between the town and the Hartford Foundation for Public Giving. Lastly, we're looking for booth participants for this year's Haunted Highway event, which is going to be on October 26th at the park. This has been wildly popular amongst kids and families and booth participants as well. Town hall staff is looking forward to defending their title. If you'd like to participate by hosting the booth this year, please reach out to Parks and Recreation and in their office. All right.
I had Economic Development Commission was scheduled and I was pretty excited about it. I thought I missed something and somebody was added to that committee until it got canceled again. So didn't have to attend that. On get the right date. I have no idea what the date was. Oh yeah, August 30th. I attended the Water Pollution Control Authority meeting. And it was kind of a quick meeting. They just reported that they were having some issues with maintenance work being done by Verizon as it was interfering with some of the PLC equipment. And they have to reboot the modems all the time, but Verizon has been working with them, so hopefully that'll be rectified sooner than later. They completed the work on Pleasant Street. They did, half a mile sewer. There's a 1-year warranty period, for that, fix. Remember that. They also, used Vector to stay at Route 5 down to scan it, and across from Stratton Road, cleaning out all the storm drains, to the trunk lines. That's what they called it. The facility itself, they've been doing some repairs. They finally got parts in that they ordered over a year ago. They're about half done with the upgrades and repair work that we need to do with the facility there. So that's moving forward. The clarifiers, and the pressure wash on the concrete, then some epoxy mixer has been done to bring that up to date. The pump station works, have been completed all except for Perry Lane, I believe. I'm not sure when they're gonna do that, but hopefully they'll start that at some point. It was mentioned that one of the employees is out, so I just, put that there.
Thank you. Oh. So, planning and zoning had, a couple, I think they were hearing a text amendment, which is kind of common. Then, they also were discussing chicken regulations in town. As you know, we're a right to farm town. And, so that's come up quite a bit where a lot of people want chickens in their neighborhood, small backyard chickens, and the farm regs don't quite address that. So they're kind of partnering up or going back and forth with the Conservation Commission, or actually the Ag Commission, on how best to change the regulations without getting too deep into it. It's an interesting conversation. But more importantly, probably, the Warehouse Point study was completed, as you know, quite some time ago, and they are now coming around to making regulation changes for the zoning in Warehouse Point. So that material is part of the meeting minutes for last time. It's online. If you want to look at it, I can actually send you the draft regs if you want. But they're going to be continuing to talk about that. So, and there'll be a public hearing eventually, you know, to talk about what we're going to do or what they're going to do and vote on it. So that's coming up. Conservation Committee is looking over the 490 list. That's actually their main charge, is to, you know, maintain the list of farmland and whatnot. So they're kind of annually, they go through and look what's out there and what might be eligible for 490, who might be interested in it. So that's ongoing. Agricultural Commission is working on the chicken regs, as I mentioned, as well as they want to put up a shed at the community garden that the labor would be donated by one of the commissioners. You know, made out of rough sawn lumber and everything, and to put their equipment in. So that's in progress. Wetlands, was last night at a public hearing for 74 Newberry Road. Penske is going to redevelop that property. It's or half the property that's there right now. That was approved. And they are, you know, obviously got to go to planning and zoning.
Are they doing 2 buildings or 1 building?
Two buildings. But they'll be, and you know, it'll be showing up on public on the planning and zoning agenda soon. So I'll let you know if you didn't see it. But obviously we'll have to go get that part of it done. But there'll be entrances on both Newberry and Craftsman Road. And it's that current site is currently corn and yeah, that site is
I got frontage from Newberry.
Steve picked up a couple of extra parcels.
Yeah, that's a conglomeration of a few parcels. Right now, it's the mulch operation and agriculture corn. Anyway, that goes from Newberry Road to Craftsman Road, and basically they're split in half. And the new lot will have the curb cuts on both Newberry and Craftsman, and the original, just the mulch operation that's up on Newberry, we'll just have Newberry. So that's got to go through Army Corps because that's had previous just say applications and whatnot regarding Army Corps. So that's still got to be satisfied, all that stuff to get this done. So that process will continue. Stopping at wetlands was their first stop.
And that town public hearing was last night?
Last night, nobody spoke.
Okay, that's what my
There
question.
was a lot of conversation, you know, on the board, but,
And nobody from Prospect Hill had any issue that you were, nothing in writing submitted?
no, see, the problem is with those is they're not butters. Right, so they wouldn't have gotten the notification. You know, where any public hearing, whether it's wetlands or planning or zoning, everything, only the abutters get notified, which is. Makes it, yeah, it's limited and not always adequate. So.
Button by about 5 feet.
No, there's a good amount of distance between them. There's quite a bit of distance between that one.
Just that one piece that goes from the end of their street to the playground area.
No, you're in the wrong. You're thinking wrong.
Oh, okay, I'm taking the wrong road.
You're on the wrong.
All right, what
Yeah,
road are you talking-
you're thinking of the other place that was gonna be in Penske Place.
Right,
Right, yeah,
oh,
that's.
they're moving that.
This is next door to.
I'll show you right here.
Oh, next to Dearborn, okay,
It is Dearborn's.
okay, that's the second plan, yeah, okay. Then scratch everything I said. But waste your time writing it up.
And they also they accepted an application for a residential lot on Borup Road, which, as you know, it has a lot of wetlands on it. So that's gonna be a public hearing next time around. That's it, that's all I have for you. Sarah.
Okay, on August 23rd, I attended the Board of Education regular meeting. There are currently no teacher vacancies in district, and we have approximately 30 new staff members district-wide, which is the largest number in years and the most hires post-COVID. Ryan Galloway, Director of School Finances and Business, reported that the fiscal year 2022-2023 encumbrances are closed and that he is still waiting to receive a magnet reimbursement. He reported that the audit is going smoothly and that the school district is currently in good standing. East Windsor Public Schools has been awarded a few grants recently. The Connecticut State Department of Education informed the East Windsor Public Schools that has been approved to receive the Carl D. Perkins Career and Technical Education Secondary Supplement Enhancement Grant in the amount of $42,028. The Broadbrook Elementary School has also been selected as a recipient of the 2023 Connecticut Association of Schools Endowment and Flanagan Grant. There is also an ARPA School Mental Health Specialist Grant to fill a full-time position, and East Windsor is eligible to receive funding that would cover 2/3 of that salary. The tentative date to reveal the mural at the Broadbrook Elementary School in conjunction with the Arts and Culture Committee is next Wednesday, September 13th at 7 p.m. The middle school music teachers traded in some drums and odds and ends that weren't being used to a company that accepted them for some functional equipment that can be used for the music program this year. Convocation was Monday, August 21st, and there is positive energy for the year ahead. The first day of school was Tuesday, August 29th. On August 28th, I toured the Broadbrook Elementary School that Jason has already mentioned. I'd like to thank Randy Reichley, the chairman of the Board of Education, for the invitation. I say that one thing that really did surprise me is that the district's largest school is with 450 students is the Broadbrook Elementary School, and the cafeteria there does not have an oven or the ability to cook. Hot food is actually transported over from the middle school. It amazed me how much of the school was still the same with no updates since I was there 30 years ago. It is important to recognize that changes and updates in hard conversations will need to occur in the coming years, and I'm grateful to be a part of this ongoing conversation. The Warehouse Point Fire Department Women's Auxiliary is hosting their mum sale at Station 1 on Bridge Street this Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Prices will range from $10 to $25, and cash or Venmo is accepted. And that's all that I have.
Thank you. Just a question, did they mention anything about receiving grant money for the mental health? Because I read in that paper that came out today, they come in mail. Anybody know the name of them?
North Central News.
North, yeah, I think it's North Central News.
Yeah.
There was a section in there where 5 towns in the area got money. One of them for mental health was East Windsor Public Schools for $1 million something $1,000. And I was like, is that a mistake? Because I didn't hear anything about it. And
The
you
only-
haven't mentioned it, so that's why I was going.
No, the only thing that had to do with mental health was the ARPA.
Yeah.
There was no other discussion of any other money, especially in that dollar amount.
Yeah, that would have been my thought.
It was eye popper.
All right.
Well, it's nice when last, everybody covers everything. So a couple things that weren't touched on is Rock Point Fire is having their pig roast at the end of the month, September 30th. Anyone needs tickets, see your favorite Warehouse Point firefighter or commissioner for tickets for that. PTO is having their first meeting next Thursday, and they're also running their annual membership drive. Membership gets people the ability to vote at their meetings and also discounts at some of the events that they host throughout the year. So it's beneficial to sign up for that. And Sarah covered the mums, and that's it. That's all I have.
All right. We're gonna turn now to public participation, the public second opportunity to address members of the board. Same rules as before. I'll first ask anybody here if they'd like to address the board of selectmen, and then I'll give anybody online the same way. Yes, sir. Name and address, please.
Paul Anderson, 89 Main Street, proper. The agenda came out for the selectmen's meeting with no attachments. It's just the agenda.
Yeah, there was a problem with that because the RFPs were too large to attach. There should have been 3 addendums that were available on the website to remedy that
On
problem.
the website, well, it's a click on an email and it comes up in a PDF. You don't go anywhere.
On the website, if you go under agendas and minutes, it's available.
But that's not the point. We never have to do that, so here you are with the change. That's different. I get an email, I click, and it comes up in a PDF, there's the agenda with all the stuff. It's not there today, I'm not saying it's a problem, I'm just pointing it out. And one of the unusual things was, we didn't get to see the tax refunds.
Okay.
No, it's okay, I'm not concerned, I'm only mentioning it. Don't take it as a criticism, just an observation. Okay, I assume that you're keeping up with the water company project.
Yes.
Is there a change in their completion date?
Not that I'm aware of. Are you guys aware of change?
No, I'm asking. I don't.
I'm asking the gentleman.
Oh, excuse me.
Either of you guys aware of the Main Street Waterline project having a change in completion date?
No, I regularly talk to the owner of the company. It's anticipated that they hit their mark sometime in November, but I'm doubtful.
November? That is a change.
Boots on the ground, guys.
September.
Yeah.
It was the middle of
That's my
September.
talk.
Then I heard the middle of October.
No, the middle of September one was Route 5. That was the middle of September.
No, this one. I have the letter at home. It came from the water company saying what their schedule is. We start on Juneteenth and we finish up on September 15th. Then it's October, and now I hear November. Well, that to me is a change.
They have to tie every house in now.
I'm well aware of what they have to do. I'm just trying to follow the schedule. I'm not criticizing it, but it is changing. And that means Main Street's gonna be under construction for quite some time. That's all. Okay, that's all it's about. It's only understanding. So the November date is a brand new one. And then that may not work. We don't know. It is a job. There's no question. Huge project. Okay, thank you.
Not that, I think the point should be if it's being expanded because of the holidays that are coming up in November. People are gonna have people coming over, if it's gonna be that long, so they can know that there's a issue with the road.
I'll tell you, I haven't received any notification from them about a change in scope or duration. If that's changed with at some other level, it has not reached my inbox yet.
I don't know.
Yes, ma'am. Name and address, please.
Patricia Sherry, 119 Depot Street. My comment is to Mr. Tower. I'm very happy to hear that you're in the conservation division. because I thought you were the reporter. But I never saw you taking many notes.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Jerry, what are we? I don't believe we have a reporter.
Anymore.
No, but you used to. I
Yeah.
We don't even know.
Any other comments from members of the public? Yes, sir. Name and address, please.
We share Depot Street and. Topic. Or Central,
Oh, I know.
okay. What do I gotta do? To get their attention?
So I didn't get that information for you from them. I got it through, Jay Ursu.
That's incredibly exactly what I need. It's very detailed, and as you can see, I'm sure you looked at it. I'm still waiting for them to return the call from September.
The health district,
What's that?
North Central, you mean?
Yeah. You know, the thing is, if I go to try and do anything with the properties. And don't have that information, nobody wants to work with me. I have a surveyor on call, he says, if you can't get that, I can't help you. So, why am I paying for this?
So there are two citizen representatives that are on the North Central's board. You can try working through them. I have had no luck, and as I explained to you via email, I had to go outside of the government process in order to find the information for your property. I am still working on finding it for the other 4 properties that you had provided to me, but I am making progress. I don't know what their issue is in terms of their record system, but there seems to be a black hole between their inception and sometime around 1979. I don't know why that is. We joined them in 1974. Their representation is if we don't have it, the town must have it, which is just simply not true. We should not have it. They should have it.
All the records in the town.
Their North Central is the custodian of those.
What about the rest of the records?
When they got ported over, when they were established, as far as I understand it.
What about the house records? I mean, you build a house, you give them the plans. Where was all that?
But we have records of that, not the septic inspections.
I don't think so. I looked for money and all I got was just 4 manila envelopes, but, looked like the record you get on the taxes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
When was your house built? When was your house built?
70,
1980.
81, 81.
The town should have that.
But did they
The
come
health district should have that.
No,
There's nothing in there.
plans of his home? The town has
It's
all that.
When we started,
If it's 81.
78.
There's nothing in there. I got four pieces of, I don't have, you know.
Wait, but why would the town keep the plans? Like the building plans of a residential home?
I know when I wanted to get what my house had, how many rooms in it, how many square feet, I think that's what you're.
That's the
referring to.
assessor's card.
That's the assessor card. I
That's right.
go into the assessor's office and they would pull out the index box years ago and you get your card. I don't know if they computerized that or not. I think they have, because now you can go online and you can look up your property and it'll give you all that information.
Only for planning documents, not the
Right.
building. We cut the building.
You did,
Marie,
No,
that's
we
true,
did.
but if you
The
go-
5 of us did.
yeah,
It's in the CIP record.
yeah.
if you go to sell your house, okay, and you put a room in yourself, like a 3-season room.
Yeah.
How do they know that that's the public? Is it on your plan for your house or?
No, they have an inspection report.
Yeah, and the CO.
So, I mean,
Oh, no, go look, take a look.
Well, you would have, should have.
well,
You
I don't know
would
what
have
happened
had
to
a
building
full
permit.
What's that?
You would have had a full permit for it, for the 3-season room,
Please.
and it should be in
I
the
mean,
office.
We can talk to her, we're blue in the face, but it's not there.
I,
I built the house, I put a porch on, I put a garage on, I put a barn up, there's nothing telling any of that.
119 Depot. I can tell you we're making improvements in the building department.
I can tell you, I might pay my tax next time too.
Well, it's a more tech savvy crew down there than it used to be, we'll just put it that way.
There's a big hole somewhere that's not in the middle of my head. I looked for this stuff.
So on the East Windsor GIS, it shows you
Yeah.
4 buildings, the
Yeah, you
house
can
and
see
3
that.
buildings, right?
What does that tell you though?
Well, that's all they need for taxing you.
What if I sell it?
It's, well, they need.
That's the issue he's trying to get to, is he's trying to do something with his property.
No, I know,
We don't-
we're way off topic now, right? Because we're just looking for your your septic map, right?
No, I'm combining two things. The septic should be
Oh.
something with that and. It
Septic
should be separate. I should find it in both places. How do you know I have a septic system? Have you got a pipe running into the stream? That works.
Don't laugh.
That was.
Did you go into the town clerk's office and pull the file for your property? Were you? I'm just wondering if you couldn't find any information, if you go to the town clerk's office, they have a file and everybody's address, it's got your deed in it, and all of that. Did you check to see if anything is in there that you're looking for?
I had before, but I don't let him go over some problem.
Oh, okay.
I have somewhere it was, and that's all we got.
So,
It seems like there should be more than that.
oh, I'm showing for you. Oops. A gas permit. And an electrical permit,
Okay,
1992, 2006, that's all that's in the online system. So there are hard copies of all of those files in the building department. I don't know, I can't tell you what's in these are hard copies, I can't search them. There are hard copies, so I can't search them, but I'm sure that there is a record of 119 Depot Street.
I'll be here tomorrow.
I'm here till 1. I'm actually,
Tomorrow you might have overtime.
Excuse me, they have a certain number that they close.
okay, any other public comment? Is there anyone online who would like to address the members' report? All right, we will have an executive session. And ask for a motion to go into executive session to include Chief Matt Carl.
Move we enter an executive session to include Chief Matt Carl at 8:04. Second.
Made and seconded, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? We are in executive session at 8:04 PM.